On April the 4th, I did a video on ZIM Integrated Shipping, and the thumbnail of the video, as you see here, basically said that there was a 14 to 26% dividend on a A-rated stock, and I shared with you that this was a Israeli shipping company, and its name was ZIM, and it was going to pay a 22% dividend. I think I understand why. I think as a result of the coronavirus and a broken supply chain for us a while, there was a growing demand for product, because for a while we couldn't, as China and India and the other countries were shut down because of the virus. There was a backup in demand for products, and so as a result, shipping containers became very expensive. That is to say, to move them across the oceans became very expensive. And as a friend told me that he worked for a fireworks company, and the cost of shipping the fireworks from China to where they were headed doubled in price last year. And that's how these shipping companies made such outlandish profits and were able to pay these 14 to 26% dividends. So that's what the video was about on the April the 4th. What I want to talk about today is what's the opportunity between now and the next dividend, and what has happened to the stock as a result of the payment of what turned out to be a 22% dividend. And how did that price movement move, and how did it move in the past, and what can we learn from it to maybe make a potential swing trade here and pick up a quick 36%. Okay? That's what this video is about. I use a lot of sources. I have tools in my toolbox. I'm going to show you each of those tools, and hopefully you'll understand how you can become a better investor as I'm becoming a better investor. All right, this is not financial advice.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
Okay, since ZIM paid the dividend, we have seen a substantial pullback, and that pullback has been as a result of inflation worries, interest rate worries, war worries, oil worries. And so I want to take you to my computer and show you my analysis of what's happened with ZIM over its short-term and long-term history, and what I think might be an opportunity, as I say, to pick up a 36% gain over the next 30 to 35 days. So let's go to my computer, and I want to share with you, I'm going to share two things with you. I'm going to share, first of all, this knowledge came from Seeking Alpha. I'm going to show you the history on my trading views, and then I'm going to show you where I went to find similar companies through stock cards to see if there is some other opportunities with other shipping companies that I might be able to pick up some swing trades. So let's go to the computer and take a look at it. This is my trading view chart on ZIM Integrated Shipping. As you can see, they became a public company back here in January of 2021, and they have grown in price from roughly $11 a share to about 92 was their high, which was a growth of 648%. And we all know why this happened. We had a broken supply chain. We had a demand for products, and the price of moving a container from China or anywhere else to the United States basically doubled. And so that's pretty much what happened. What I'm interested in, though, is a more short-range view of what's happened. And so I want to move this down to a little closer range and show you the movement of the stock. Back in I guess it looks like March of our November, December, they declared a 4% dividend. And if we look at it here, when they declared the 4% dividend and then to when it went ex-dividend, the stock went up about 10%, 9 to 10% right there. And then once the dividend was ex-dividend, and that means if you owned the stock before, what was it, December the 8th, you get paid the dividend. If in fact you own the stock after December the 8th, you don't get the dividend. So as you can see, the price of the stock dropped substantially to the point when the dividend was paid. In fact, it dropped from about 23% on a 4% dividend. And then the stock continued to climb. So here now we have from the point that the dividend was paid until the next dividend was declared, the stock went up 54%, almost 55%. And that's understandable because we were going again through this time when the price of a shipping container was going crazy. This company was making money hand over fist, and they have to do something with that money. So if you're making that much money, and you're responsible to your shareholders, you're either going to build new ships, but they probably don't want to do that because this event, this exorbitant increase in the price of shipping was created by the coronavirus. So they don't want to build a new ship. They obviously didn't want to buy back shares, so they declared their next dividend. And that was declared basically around March the 9th, and it was declared to be a 22% dividend. So let's look and see what happened to the price there. As they declared that dividend of 22%, the stock went up about 32% to its high. Once the dividend was paid, or went ex-dividend, again, anybody who owns the stock after March 22nd doesn't get that $17 dividend, and as understandable, then the stock came down. So we declare the dividend, and everybody says, yeah, I want part of that $17 dividend. The stock goes up. It's paid out, so it's now out of the price of the stock, and the stock comes down. All right, so how far does it come down? If we move this to here and this to here, we see that stock dropped 21%. Wow, that's almost exactly what the dividend was. Okay, now what happens? Well, what happens is the market turns sour. We have a downturn in risk, and the market has come down. My question now becomes, okay, if we're now ex-dividend and the market has brought it down, what's going to happen next? Our next dividend is going to be ex-dividend somewhere around the middle of May. So what's going to happen to this stock between now and May? Are their revenues going to go down? Or are they going to maintain at the level that they have been? I believe they may go down a little, but I believe we're going to see another dividend of substantial amount declared sometime around the 12th of May. And I expect this stock to go back and reach a new high. Well, what is it going to be if it's a new high? From here to there, just reverse that number, is 36%. Okay, so if I get a 36% run up from here to here, my stock's going to be around $90 a share, and it's currently at 57. And I think that's conservative. So that's why I like ZIM. Now, I actually bought it around 67. I anticipate I'll watch it and see how much further down it goes, and I'll add to my position. This is, how did I get this? As I said earlier, I got this from Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha sent me a letter and said, what are our highest rated stocks? And ZIM was number one. And then when I looked at and asked why, it made sense. Their profits are skyrocketing. Will this be a long time hold? No, because the shipping industry will iron itself out, and the prices will come back to normal, and this will find itself a lower price. But I see this in the next, we're in April, in the next 30 days as a potential, what was the number on that? 36% growth opportunity. So let's talk a little bit more about how dividends work. Okay, now I want to familiarize you as to exactly how you use stock cards to find the other companies. Now I want to determine if there are any other companies in the shipping industry that are going to give me similar opportunities. So I go to another service that I subscribe to, and it's called Stock Cards here. And you'll find a link to it in the description if it's something you want to add to you. And I'm going to go to Tools, and I'm going to go to Stock Screener. And I start my search, and I want to say I'm looking for stocks in the New York and the NASDAQ exchange, and the industry is the shipping. And it says marine shipping. That's what I want to look at. And it's going to pull up. I hit apply, and it's going to pull up some companies. What I want to look for is those with the highest market cap. So I click here, and I come up with a group of, that's the smallest. I want to look at the largest. And there's ZIM. ZIM is the one that I've been looking at. And another one that was brought to my attention through Seeking Alpha was Starbuck or Star Bulk Containers. And I see there are several other, Matson and Kirby. So now I can go and look and basically find out if in fact my thesis is right and that I want to follow ZIM. And so this is another service that I use on a regular basis to broaden my horizons, to give me clues as to what is the next big opportunity for me. And that's Stock Cards. You'll find a link to it in the descriptions, and take advantage of our affiliate discount. All right, that's how I analyze stocks. That's how I look for opportunities. I, for probably the past year, had done no swing trading. I did some swing trading as I saw opportunities from the coronavirus, and saw a terrible pullback from the coronavirus, and I went into some in and outs of McDonald's, Valero Oil, American Express, some others, and really boosted my portfolio. Now that I see we're in another pullback, I'm going back to it. And ZIM is the first one that I wanted to share with you. And truly, I want to also emphasize I use tools. Now, the other tools that I'm using is the gurus, those people who want to bill me or sell me their data, their research. And so I've subscribed to some of them. And then on my Discord, I'm sharing that information with my Discord members. I'm paying for it. I'm then sharing it because, again, my objective is for me to make better investment decisions and then share my learnings, my knowledge, my information with you so that you can make better investment decisions. I just think that makes sense. There's no reason for all of us to pay, you know who he is, $4,000 for his information. I'll pay it. I'll share it. If you want to be a part of that, come join the tribe. It's Best of Us Investors. You see and you come to the website and leave me your name and your email address, and I'll send you an invitation. And let's grow together. Let's not only make this about Kerry and what he's learned as a financial advisor and investor over his lifetime. Let's get you involved too, and not only just tell you what to do and hope I'm right. Let's educate you so that it's you making the better financial decisions. And then, boy, I hope you have seen some of my videos that I have done on the Roth IRA. I did one I thought was fabulous. What if you had bought Bitcoin for, what was it, 9 cents a coin back as recent as 2010? What if you had done that in a Roth IRA? What would you have today? I'm not going to tell you. You got to go find the video. Hey, here's a link to it, or here's what the thumbnail looks like. Go see it. You're going to be surprised. And what's really cool is this will happen again. We are move through artificial intelligence and quantum computing. There will be another Bitcoin opportunity. I guarantee you that these opportunities are going to come fast and furious. Talk to you again tomorrow.